Lose our way from the cradle to the grave. You can't replicate or duplicate. You gotta find your own way. Yeah. No one gets out. So I'm following some advice tonight of not trying to stream on YouTube at the same, Facebook as YouTube is. Hey, Cliff, Ladybug, Faith Walker, good to see y'all. Faith Walker. I'll have you on in just a minute. How's my sound? Is it better tonight? Is my sound better tonight? I can see you, Faith Walker. Okay, good, good. Oh, Cliff is visiting somebody. Cliff, you should actually have your friend listen in. Get your dinner plates and pull up and watch this stream while you have dinner. Ladybug says she's tired tonight, but the moon's still rising. I don't know why you'd be tired. What are you doing? Okay, good. So I'm gonna do the announcements. That's probably enough time for everybody to get here. We're still waiting on Damon and Malcolm. But today is September 17th, 2021. The announcements are I do have 2 Facebook pages, and I am back on Facebook now. Ladybug says a little better, but was a lot better than that before last. Oh, okay. I think a friend of mine told me to order some those panels or something from Amazon to, make it more into like a studio instead of a extra room. But I was going to grab some cushions but I thought it might have been that I tried to connect with Facebook and it was still open, but people said it wasn't on there, so I didn't even try that tonight. So I was just hoping that maybe it was a little better. But I'll see what I can do. Maybe I can staple some of those egg cartons on the wall like they used to do. The 2 Facebook pages that I have on Facebook is Oklahoma Bigfoot Predator Watch, in parentheses, antlers, and surrounding areas. And that's the one I would be streaming to if we can get these kinks worked out. But I also did purchase 50 more hours because I was right at that limit, and the month ain't even up. And so that cost $4, so I was able to purchase that. And the other group page on Facebook is Choctaw Missing and Murdered Woman, WOMBMAN, and Sun Center and Database. I share a lot of this information on there too, and because this does have to do with missing people, especially people who are hikers and campers. And that page is, for the Choctaw people, if they have any, if anyone comes up who's Choctaw in their family or anyone that they know, please give me a call, and, we'll be right out there. I'll get out there as quick as I can, and we'll find them. But that is a Choctaw page also. We will be trying to stream when we go into the field, and like we were explaining to people that we're not going to be live streaming at night unless the situation allows it. But otherwise, nothing's going to be like, only the thermal, night vision, and things like that's going to be running at night. No headlights, no flashlights, car lights, or anything like that. Those are disturbances, and we're not there trying to disturb everything. And like we said, and we talked about, a flashlight is a beacon. And if you, just like those airplane lights, the runways, that when you're out in the mountains or camping or someplace and you use a flashlight and then, you always go up sometime. That's a beacon to all the predators who are up in those mountains. They're starting to come in now. They're seeing what kind of food is out there, especially if it's food real scarce. Um, the museum, the Chute Ranch Project, a Bigfoot experience, is still scheduled to open before October 1st. They're trying to make sure that they have everything um, shined and polished, I guess you would say. They want to make it really good for the people who are coming through, especially the ones who are going to that festival. As far as I know, it's still on. I don't know if anybody knows anything about that, but a friend of mine wanted me to go to that festival with him this year, and he was actually the guy who had we tracked about 2 weekends ago. It was his house, and that's the same guy who wanted me to go with him to the Bigfoot Festival this year. So I think that's what we're going to do. But they are scheduled to open before October 1st. They're just getting everything ready. And also, if everybody remembers, we did that interview with Dave Chop Talk yesterday, and I forgot to tell y'all that Rachel said hi. So if you ever visit her podcast, she said to tell everybody on this channel to say hi. But she also told me that the Discovery Channel will be in the area, and that my name was brought up. So there's supposed to be a guy that's showing around. I think he's supposed to be Choctaw too. They're supposed to be showing around, but he's not showing them around as to where a Bigfoot would be at. He would be showing around like where Ho Chi Town is, or Broken Bow. I think this is a little offset here. Ho Chi Town or Broken Bow or those places. I'm not sure, but she said that or she told them that if you need, a Bigfoot expert, that she knew one. So we got word that the Discovery Channel was going to be in town or in the area. That's what we say. And if so, this team that if we do get invited or something like that, the team that's going in this next one in Texas will also group up and go to the Discovery Channel. So we still need like more team members. So especially in every area, so y'all can get on those tracks or things like that before we get there. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to build that. So y'all get ready. But like they say, a warrior knows not to waste time that you only have now. And also, a warrior's decision. Whatever you decide, that's what you do. You follow through with that. I mean, you do everything you say you're going to do. Even like everyone who's going to go with the Bigfoot expedition now is what we're calling it now, because it is a Bigfoot channel now. But whenever you decide to do this, you're 100%. Because if you're less than that, or you doubt it, or anything like that, you block that energy, and that's when other things can step in there. So always, the warrior always wants. It's a strategic decision. You have to think about everything. You have to, make the right decision. Know all the facts. Know the truth. But when you make that decision, you go with that decision, and do or die kind of thing. You make sure you do exactly what you're going to do while you're doing it. So tonight I'm going to have Faith Walker and Damon on. I don't see Damon yet, but I'm going to go ahead and have Faith Walker come on with us. Now that we got the announcements and everything over real fast. So please welcome Faith Walker. I'm going to welcome her here now. How you doing, Faith Walker?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, good to see you.
Thanks.
I don't see David here, and he was going to see about giving us an update, but we can catch that up whenever he gets here. That's okay. So I'm going to probably blank half the screen out, and I'm going to put that picture up, and I want to talk about that picture. That's
Okay.
that's on your land there.
Okay. Blank
Okay.
me out. You stay on and blank me out. Put it on my son.
Oh, I don't know if I could do that. Let me see how. Yeah, how about that?
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Let's see. I want to get the full body one. Okay, this predator right here. You see the oh let me or I'll actually let me get a I might have to blank both of us out. If this will let us still talk.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I want to see if I can put the big screen one up. No, it wouldn't let me. It took it out. Okay, hold on one second, I'll put it back. This is not the picture or you know how you have the full picture of it?
Yes, sir.
That's the one I was wanting to, but this one cut it short. That's why I didn't, because it doesn't show the whole picture. But can you tell us a little bit about this, about as far as where it is from site zero pointing?
This one would be very, very close to where that tunnel photo we looked at last night was. This is in the woods near there.
Okay, does site zero face north, east, west, or south?
Well, this wasn't site 0. This would be in zone 3.
Oh no, I was wondering where site zero. Where does the front face?
The front would face northeast.
Okay.
It would face to the east. Hold on a second. Let me look at my map again real quick to double check on that.
You just need some water. I had a dry throat.
No, I would say if you were looking out our front door, it would be mostly east.
Okay, the sun comes in, huh?
Well, not really, because there's so many trees.
Mm. So are you like in a volcano?
Right. Well, it's just that the trees are really, really tall out here.
Oh, okay. Is it mostly flat or uphill from site zero?
There's rolling hills. There's
Okay.
as you go towards the back of the property, it raises up into more hills, and then zone. I guess it'd be zone 4 if we went over there. Zone 3 is fairly flat, and zone 4, which would be to the north of where all this picture is taken.
Uh-huh.
And on the other side of the creek, it raises up quite a bit there into hills.
Okay. I was trying to get an idea because I seen that map that you sent,
Uh-huh.
and that where you circled it.
Yes.
So I was just trying to look at northeast, southwest of where that was
And the
pointed.
map is a little bit confusing because you can't see this. It's a little unnamed creek, so you can't even see it at all.
Okay.
You may be able to tell from looking at that, but it's hard for me to see on there. I don't see it, but
Well,
it's there.
you've walked it, so
Yes, it's just hidden by the trees. You can see
yeah,
how many trees are there.
and that's real good. Usually, the owner doesn't go out with us. We usually give the report to the owner.
Oh man, I couldn't stand that. Yeah, no, I want to be out there. That would drive me crazy.
I'm like, wait here. Yeah, you're like, wait a minute, I'll be out there
Heck
every
yeah. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard for me to stay inside most days.
day. But I was looking at this picture and how I always know this predator to be. There's always more than one, of course. And I know that we can't really see the whole picture, but on the right side of this picture, there was still sticks pointed out like a spider web.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, it was another kind of like a corral kind of thing. Because animals, when they come up and see that, they always turn and go to that next opening.
Right?
Well, people do that too, but if people run into them, these things can stick into you. They're like that. It's always that breakable and sharp edge. It's like spears or stakes. Um, but whenever we get out there and look at them, you'll see them. You remember that one that's like a big funnel, I guess?
Say that again.
The one that's like a big funnel
Uh-huh.
and had that like spear sticking up there?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we should find that at every one of those. Those are all like booby traps
Okay.
and things like that. But I was looking at this picture also, and this is kind of good and it's blown up, but
It is
they're
a lot
all
better in the longer picture.
yes, yes,
It's
and
easier to it's easier to see it.
it
I don't know
is.
why.
I was trying to get that one out, but yeah. Let me try one thing, because if I can get this real fast, I'd like to um, get it up because that the whole body is important. Oh, there it is. So if it loads, I'm going to take this one off. I can hear it working. I can hear it slowing the computer down. Come on, work. Because the full body one, that one is an important photo. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
This one is too. This one is too. It's a close up, but this one is too. But so, do you see underneath the teeth the other set of eyes and nose?
Well, I wondered if because the more I looked at it, I was like, man, it gets kind of confusing because it honestly kind of looks like more than one face in there to me. But I wasn't sure if that
Yeah,
was just.
yeah.
And it's that way almost. And then up above it too, on the right hand side, it looks like one with the two nostrils, two eyes, two nostrils, and a big open mouth, right next to the lighter tree in the forefront. At the top on the left there, it looks like one that's up over the head of the other one, and behind it. Do you see what I'm talking about?
Keep going, Face Walker.
Well, I can't see it as much in this one. Let me grab my magnifying glass. I'll be right back.
Okay. Facebooker, she'll be back in just a moment. We're going over a picture that she sent to us, and so we're examining it and pointing out. Now this is actually. Oh, let me change it back, Facebooker. I'm sorry. Let me change it back to the close-up.
So you see the light gray tree in the forefront, and it curves up and a little to the right at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Well, right there to the left of the branch that goes almost straight up from it, and then there's that to me looks like a face with two eyes and two big nostrils and an open mouth, just to the left of that great tree, almost at the top of the screen, on the right hand side of the screen. I don't know, geez, you just look in there and I see all kinds of little faces, but I mean, I think I do, but I would like
Faith
y'all's opinion.
Walker. Faith Walker, see it for what it is. Don't let your mind change it. See it. You're seeing them. I see them too. You're seeing them.
And it seems like there's so many, like every time there is one of those photos, it does seem like they're just dog piled up together, you know?
See them. You are seeing them. You're seeing that. That's what you need to see. That's how you see them.
I hear you.
Hey, now check out this one. This one is actually the full body one. I got it to load.
Yeah, that one to me makes it a
Now,
lot easier to see that face
hey,
in it with the.
let me let me scoot over. Maybe I get on. My stick ball sticks out of the way. My feathers. Just so I can move over.
I just think it looks a lot more clear in this picture.
Okay, now do you see that you was correct, and now you see that and I think that's one of the things I was talking about tonight. I say, oh, here, there's actually one first thing I was talking about. The no hair on the face. Remember we talked about that when they don't want to be seen, they'll turn around.
Right.
And they'll show you that. And a lot of people will see only their back because their faces doesn't have the hair, and the hair is what reflects the light.
Right.
And they can control it like we control our hands.
Right.
They can do that's how that happens. But the skin still reflects. You can still see that. You can still see their eyes, especially with night vision too, or infrared.
Mm-hmm.
And right here is where I talk about. They're multiple. They're always in the groups, and it says they gather in places multiple. I don't know if I can see this. Sorry. Here's where I'm talking about multiple. They use as a camouflage because they all have a different color. You know, they all
Oh,
look. Yeah. So when they line up like that, and then they blend, then we see that. You know,
that makes
we see
sense
that.
because otherwise it'd be too
Yeah.
easy to recognize their shape. But when there's just piled
Yeah.
together, that makes sense.
Yeah, and they use that. And I was looking at it, I was like, yeah, there's at least six, and there's like a real big one in the back. I mean, he's bigger. You see the teeth on the
Yeah.
little one?
Uh-huh.
That tree where it kind of V's on the first tree.
Uh-huh.
It looks kind of like this.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, actually, I can probably point at it. It's like right here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, now um, that right there, that tree right there,
Uh-huh.
looks like a birch
Yes.
or a beech or whatever.
Beach, right.
Right, right past that is the left eye, the right eye of it. Can you see that?
On the same side of the tree or on the other?
Other side. It's the dark figure.
Okay.
I I didn't get to blow that up, but I was looking at that and I was like, because I know they bunch up, and I can see all those small ones around the small one. So that one that you're looking at with the teeth is a small one,
Wow.
but they go up. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like even where you see the young one's face like this,
Uh-huh.
it looks kind of like you're looking at one face, but there's another face, like you were saying, that comes down and matches the nose, and you see the left eye of it.
Yeah, it gets confusing in your
Oh,
eyeballs.
let me blow it up again. Um, you see underneath the teeth,
Uh-huh.
the brow and the eyes and the nose.
Under
It'll be
the,
in the middle screen. Right, he's looking down.
yes. Yeah.
Okay. Now on this side, um, where the nose is,
Uh-huh.
in the very center where his nose is,
Uh-huh.
right here is a face that matches the nose. So you're not seeing his, you know, you're seeing the eye of the other one with the eye of the
Good
other
grief.
one. Do you see how they're piled up like that?
Yeah.
And then you got this guy right here, the green one right here. I'm about to poke him in the eye right here.
I wondered about that.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah,
nuts.
yeah, I seen that picture. I mean, I'm just now getting all these pictures like that one with the windmill look, the spider look.
Uh-huh.
And see, even above him, they still form it like a spider web. It's still a corral to catch food.
Yeah, what
And
yeah, I've been saying wagon wheel, but you're right. It is like a spider web. That just never occurred to me when I first saw it. But yeah, you're right. As far as that one the other day.
yeah, yeah. And mm, okay, there's one part I have wrote down for Malcolm. I mean Malcolm and Damon, but I don't see them yet. Oh, okay. Now, how are we doing? I just wrote some things down. I got some more stuff up there, but I just wrote things down today. But how are we doing on contacting the people, um, out there who's seen the creatures out there?
No replies yet. But I did think if my daughter has to work during that time, we could also just FaceTime her. Her job's pretty quiet.
Okay, okay,
She might
that
have
will
to,
work.
cut in and out, but uh,
Hmm.
it's a pretty slow job.
Okay,
So
is
even
she
if she
like
does have to work,
is she far away or is she just
she's at her job is more like an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes away, and her house is about an hour and 15 minutes away.
oh okay okay well it'd be great to talk with her either way as long as she understands that there's people, and especially now you, huh?
Right.
He's like, see, I told you.
Yeah.
Let's see. So where is the best? Now say, where you said site zero faces east.
Pretty much. A- East southeast.
Okay. Southeast. Okay. Because we don't want to be walking into where the sun.
It's going to be kind of hard to, just because there's so much shade. Um, I don't know.
Hmm.
The trees are so
Uh,
tall.
is there like a hill or a top to where we can get to observe some the other side of the hill?
Um, as you go back down the trail toward zone 3, it goes uphill. Uh, once we reach the back of that trail and cut to the west, southwest, um, we'll be on a hill, and then we'll have to go down and then up another hill.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll be down there, and there's no way to get, unless we you know, drove around to the other side and went down the road. We can get into it from the other side. But if we were walking in, we would go down a hill and back up a hill.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to get that terrain,
Hmm.
because this terrain here is kind of dense as far as visibility,
It is,
but you know the entire area, so
but you can see more than you think you can once you're in there. There's areas that are more thicket, but there's also a lot, because that canopy is so big. There's quite a bit of open space. They seem to be able to hide just great, but
I
I
don't
thought
know.
I was seeing a good distance, but I don't know. But there's not a lot of shrubs in all the areas.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
mostly thick
hey,
on the
there.
trails
Okay, okay. I was
because
gonna say in this picture you can see that spider web right here. One stick right there, one stick right there, one stick right there, one stick right there, one stick right there.
see, and I just never thought of it like that. To me, yeah, I just didn't realize it. I was just thinking of supports, and it had never equated in my mind to a spider web design, but I see it now.
Yeah, and you'll see it in all their, or it'll be that pull over like this,
Uh huh.
like a, but they are what we're talking about. They are the spiders of the forest as far as man life.
When I woke up this morning, I looked out the back door. There was a huge spider suspended directly in front of the glass. I was like, "Oh, great, awesome!" Just because now I'm not looking at spiders the same. He was just
Yeah.
right there, dead center, staring inside. I hadn't seen that before. And then I
So,
walked over to the glass, and it went right back up to the top. And then when I went out there later to burn some stuff, I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find its web. I couldn't find the string. I couldn't find him. I don't know where he went. But now I'm suspicious of everything.
yeah, and next time you see him, run out there and smash it right then.
Yeah.
And because everything else will be watching, I was like,
Right,
hey.
right. Go out the other door. Yeah, he disappeared.
Yeah,
He crawled right back up fast.
yeah,
These are all, and that was the one of the biggest. These are the ones that look like they got the super thick shell on them.
uh-huh.
They're weird looking. Do they have them up there? They
No, well, I
almost like
don't think so.
a thick crab shell to them. And
Hmm.
usually they're really tiny, but this one was about the size of a quarter, which is big for them. Huge for them. I've never seen one that big, but I guess I've seen the mama of the others now. I don't know.
Yeah, we had one here, or I had one here, and killed that. I think the day before. I was like, no, not here, not here.
There was one time when my oldest daughter, and this was an old house that had it had quite a history of paranormal stuff in it. And there was one time she called me freaking out, which she's always been a little frightened of spiders. Not a little, quite a bit frightened of them. And this time was one that was on the ceiling, and everywhere that she would move, it would crawl over to be directly over the top of her. I still remember that, but it didn't help her fear of spiders, not one bit. She'd be all about smashing every one of them.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Well, she'd be all about getting someone else to smash every one of them.
Yeah, I always watch the crows. I scare them all the way till they leave, and I'll throw rocks at blue jays, anything that's predatory-ish, I guess you would say.
When you were saying that
Yeah.
about the crows, that one tree out there was one time about 2 or 3 months ago that it looked like, just like I've seen other birds do it, but it was the first time I'd seen the crows do it. It was like they were having a convention out there. The whole tree was loaded with them. It was crazy looking, but I hadn't seen it before or since.
Have you seen on? I think it's on this channel also. Some of the videos of it's called Bigfoot in Antlers, Oklahoma 4145 Road. Have you seen that?
I think so. Tell me a little bit what's in it. I don't remember the titles, but I think I've seen all of them.
Yeah, it was a Bigfoot that was around this trailer. I used to stay in this this trailer area, and so I knew that these Bigfoots were watching this trailer area because there was a lot of kids over there, and I'd warned a couple people, but nobody really believed. But every day I videotape, I track them all the way back to where they would be at, and also, I was telling people that where those crows are, where those ravens are, that's where their dens are. That's where they're storing food. That's why you got so many. They're getting fed also over there. They get to participate, or they get to eat also.
Okay.
They work with the Bigfoot. So where those crows are, if you ever see that movie Jeepers Creepers, where those crows
No,
are.
I've not seen it.
Okay, well, it's not a good movie, but it's kind of factual.
Right. Does the same work for the coyotes? Do they run together or?
No. There won't be any coyotes.
Okay.
If there's Bigfoot, there will not be any coyotes.
But the Bigfoot mimic the coyotes?
Yeah. They'll sound like it. And some of them sometimes will only have one coyote in the north, and this is when they're going to circle you. When they go north, south, east, and west, you'll hear coyotes in different areas.
Okay.
And they don't do that. They're a group, pack hunters and everything.
Right.
So there won't be one over here and one over there. So, hey, there's Tanya. Tanya from the Chute Ranch Project, a Bigfoot experience.
Oh, cool. Good.
Yeah. Good to have her here tonight. Tanya, we're talking about this photo and some other things that have to do with it, but we're talking about how they will multiple stand together or pile on each other, which gives them no man-like figure unless you catch that one on like this one right here, this young one. But how they camouflage, because they have different colors, they camouflage that way, so they could build a wall, and you wouldn't. And that's like we were talking about a lot of missing people, because they don't know what to look for. They wouldn't notice something like that. They wouldn't understand that these structures are made for traps. They may want to check them out. Hey, this looks like a clubhouse, or this may, something like that. But those are traps set for people to say, "Hey, this looks like a clubhouse."
Right. Yep. Yeah, I'm real leery, which actually I've always kind of been a little bit eerie going through them. I try not to, and I haven't from the beginning, just because I didn't want to make them mad, like somebody just waltzing through my home without permission kind of thing. So
don't ever let it be their home.
Yeah, I hear you.
They need to move on or
Right.
something else.
Right. Yeah. But this was back when I was taking gifts and setting them out there and things like that. Not real often, but and somewhere out there, there's a jar of peanut butter taped to a tree. So I think I've probably in all put out about 5 apples and 1 jar of peanut butter.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but it never got touched. The peanut butter never got touched. All the apples were taken.
Huh. I'm surprised. They can turn, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, and I even had it kind of loose, but maybe they just don't go in that one area. I don't know.
Hmm.
So if we
Yeah.
run across one, that was me sticking that up there.
Okay.
And I did talk to my neighbor on the opposite side of the creek and asked for their permission where if we followed any tracks, you know, they don't have a house over there or anything, but it's their land. If it would be okay if we went through and followed the track onto their property, and they said that's no problem. So that's good. So we have permission to go on both sides.
Good, good. And I'm glad you know the area, and I'm glad you have pictures like these. Now, did you mean to take these pictures? Did you see these?
No,
Or,
I don't see them. That's what bugs me is I don't see them with my eyes. I feel them more than anything. If it's an area that just feels super heavy to me and uncomfortable, and I get real uneasy and I want to leave, or it gets real quiet, then I'll take pictures of that area and then I leave, you know, because I'm uncomfortable, and then I go home and I look. But when I'm just actually looking, no, I can't see it clearly like that, like I can when I get back with the pictures. Like even that portal, I just knew something was there and something was wrong, but I didn't see it with my eyes. I was just uncomfortable there, so I took pictures of it, you know.
oh, okay. The portal pictures. I
Now
remember you.
I've seen like a blue mist out there. I've seen mists, but I don't see a definite shape to them. That's what I'm trying to learn how to do, you know.
And you know the exact location of that portal.
Yes.
Okay. Which one was this way facing?
This the same. It would be kind of east, pretty much.
East, west, east,
Yeah, I
west.
would be walking into it in the east. It's almost just like it's really not that deep of a thicket. You can see the little patch of sunlight going through it, almost like it's trying to entice you into it. And it's a very mounded round hill, and I wanted to ask you about them too because they're, you know, I wonder, they're just so odd. I don't know. I just wanted to ask you about it. It's a pretty deep gully between these two hills. So it it's just not really deep. I could probably get through there in 25 to 35 feet, you know, through that section.
Uh-huh.
I won't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah.
God won't let me do it, you know, there's just something
That's
about that, but I'll take pictures of it.
good.
And that's how that set of portal pictures came up.
Yeah, I got some pictures almost just like that, you know.
You really?
But
But
you
could you
know,
see it with your own eyes?
uh, when we was having a ceremony, that's what we put there. We put a blockage up there,
Uh-huh.
and we had, you know, instead of dancing all the way around the circle, we had we would only go up halfway, and say talk about keeping that door shut, and we'd give our medicines and our waters and our words, and then we would come back, and I even said, nobody go on that side,
Right.
but of course there was a guy who actually, after he left, he became a chief after that, but I don't know what he's doing now. But we took, we always take pictures of different things.
Uh-huh.
And as soon as he stepped on that side, we took a picture, and he was like veiled. He was like, you couldn't make out it was him.
Weird.
And then so he came back on this side, and we said, I thought we said don't go on that side. But later, whenever we're doing the ceremony, and this is in some of my pictures, I got my hand out. I'm keeping that door shut, and then we take a picture of that same spot, and it looks like a face is trying to come through, like a plastic. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Oh,
Like
yuck.
yeah,
Yeah.
like it was
Yeah.
trying to come through. You can see how it was like if you had plastic wrap and pushed against it, how the ripples.
Right.
It
Right.
was just like that. So I
Like a
know
veil.
what, yeah, and I know what you're talking about. Whenever I seen that, I was like, I didn't know if it was like a real photo or not.
Right.
And so I thought maybe you was joking around, but I was like, hey, that looks
Oh,
pretty
no, I
good.
was for real. And then when I look at that in the very first one, before it starts to smear and swirl like that, when you blow it up, it looks like it's starting to pixelate, though. It looks really odd, you know, like, but I couldn't see that at the time. And then when it starts to swirl, that's when I can see it looks to me like lots of faces, of like animal faces and different things coming out of it. But that
Yeah,
one little hill there is where, like, you cross the creek to get over to it. But that is where I've gotten a few pictures, and I don't think I've sent you those, but they're in my Facebook Strange Forest or my cryptid photo album. But it looked to me like a skinwalker or something. It just looked like a Native American it just looked like he had something on his head. Very clear. There's one that looks like another Native American that's screaming and angry looking, and something's definitely going on in that hill in that area. And you know, that's not our property. It's the next property, but it's coming out of there and going around here. Is what I think. I don't know, but I'm all for closing that up.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
really
So I'll have to bring my conch shell out then.
okay. And that's
Uh,
where I heard the Native American flute too, was in that area. And I've heard
okay.
something two-legged walking in that area. And I didn't linger long for that. You know,
Mm,
if I just get to feeling too uneasy, I just leave because I'm by myself all the time. You know,
okay.
I used to
Yeah,
not bring the dog so much because she was so annoying. But
yeah.
now that she's getting older, she's calmed down a little bit and she stays with me more. And uh, she's an asset for her ears, because there's another time where I just watch where she locks in on something, and I'll
Yeah.
take pictures of that too. And that's how I got that big pink orb that looks like it's almost a face. It's not a perfectly round orb, but it looks like it's beginning to look like a face coming out. And I couldn't see it, and I would have definitely noticed pink out in all that green, you know. But she could see it.
Yeah, yeah. And she's learned. She
Mhm.
learned from you. That's good. Those are good dogs when they do that.
She is a good dog.
She doesn't. When she walks out in the forest now, is she looking or is she just you know runs everywhere? Does she like look like run around and smell for scent or anything, or does
She
she?
does smell for scent. Yeah, she does
Oh,
do that. And
good.
she does a little bit of running and a little bit of sniffing and a little bit of locking in on things. And she's pretty good about finding the arches and things like that. She sniffs around a
Yeah.
lot in those areas. And
All
yeah,
right. All right. That's gonna be good then.
yeah. Do you want her to come with us when we go, or she
Oh
might be?
no, 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 no,
Yeah,
no,
I
no.
wouldn't think
But
so either, because she's so
yeah, yeah, we're gonna be
uh,
there.
she's not used to being around any people at all, and she might just be annoying at this point. So yeah, we'll go in. I think it's better to go without her too.
And so tomorrow, I also want to talk about that. I'll have that picture tomorrow. Because I don't have it yet. I seen it on your page, and or one of the comments. I think you said, or somebody said, "What's the weirdest thing you've seen?" And you said a portal.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that is weird. Of all the photos I've gotten, that one just was so clear between those three. You could just see the transition. And I just remember that day snapping 3 photos, and all 3 of them it changed. I wasn't moving, and just a plain old like an iPhone 8. I wasn't zooming. I wasn't doing anything. I just, when the dog turned around and ran back out of there, I snapped 3 photos, and I was like, okay, I hear you. Let's go.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. All right. Let's go. Portals. And people talk about these things going through these portals and things like that. Those are real things. Oh. Oh, do you have any binoculars or a rifle scope or a camera that you can get long distance?
I do have binoculars, and I think that we do have a rifle scope too. I'll ask my husband.
Okay, is it handheld or is it on a rifle?
It's not on a rifle yet. No, no. He just
What?
recently got one.
Okay,
He went back to the boat, so I don't know if he took it with him or where he put it, or so I'll have to talk to him.
okay. Yeah, because when we do our observation, if we're a little distance from that wood line, we'll get out there and get a good look before we even head out that way. I mean, we'll find the best way out.
Okay.
And we also will need to get to that portal area also, just put some tobacco and say, no, keep it closed.
Yeah, that's not a problem at all.
Okay. What about the iPhone 7? Did you find anything
No,
like
I couldn't
that?
find. No, I couldn't find that, but I did order a drone, and it should be here Monday night.
Oh,
So
that's
before we go out there Tuesday, is that too late or?
no. We'll
Uh,
be out there. We'll be out there. So
okay. They said it should come sometime Monday,
okay,
but
yeah.
I don't know
But
what
but,
time.
but even still, maybe we can maybe on that next day, that morning time or something, go back out there and hit those spots we need to look at. I guess
Right,
you'd say.
right.
That would be great. That's awesome. I'm glad you did that. So I don't have to bring mine. I have mine, but I used to have the iPhone 7, and it got I don't oh at Stanley Rock it got zapped. um,
Yeah, that one section of the woods where the tunnel is and where this picture was taken,
uh-huh.
it's not a very wide section of woods before you hit the other people's property, which we don't have permission to go on. But that little section, I get turned around so easy in there, and I don't do that in any of the other areas.
Okay, so we need to go there too then.
Okay.
We need to go and see what's there, what's happening.
And that's where a lot of the structure, the best to me, the best structures, other than that one that the very first one you put the picture up of, that's over here on ours. That's in zone 2. But the best structures are over there where that is. And I can't say I don't know. I don't know why I get lost in that area to where I think I'm aiming towards one section. And then I'm like, wait a minute, it's weird.
Yeah,
So that's what I was
that
going to ask you, is something going on with that.
yeah, you probably walked into one of the portals.
Okay.
I mean, because you didn't see that other way. I mean, until you took the pictures. I mean,
That's true. That's true.
so, but yeah, if more than one, so that'd be good if there's more than one of us goes, and sees this place and feels what's around there,
Yeah.
and then take pictures and everything. Document everything, because this spot, like a lot of people who watch this channel, they know this is a hot spot.
Hmm.
We know it's a hot spot, and
Yeah.
those are the places we go in.
Right.
And, but we don't know how to do certain things. So, and especially when we're lucky enough to have the owner give us a description, a layout, so we know ourselves, not just following or tracking.
Right.
We know how far that's approved for us to go, or
Right.
if there's not, we keep going if we had to.
Yeah. Well, the one people that have bought up, that family that bought up the 30 acres back there, they've made it very clear where they don't want anybody coming on their property. So it's clearly indicated we won't accidentally go onto their property. We'll see. They got their signs up everywhere.
Okay. Do you know them? I mean, have you met
No,
them?
I've never met them. I hear them shooting back in there now and then. Nobody's living in there. I think they just come back there and shoot, and they're still in the clearing process, which may be
Okay.
running things off over to us. They put up a big giant gate, so there's no way to drive in or to try to talk to anyone. I thought about leaving a note on their gate, but they're not there, I don't think, most of the time. I think they're just buying up the land, and maybe they're hunting back in there, or I don't know what they're doing. Or getting it ready to hunt. I mean, I don't know. I heard it was all the land out here was sold in 10-acre tracts, basically 10-acre tracts, and they bought up 3. It was a family, so 3 different family members bought 10 acres each.
And they're logged in also?
They logged out a very nice driveway or road in there, but that's all I've seen. I haven't seen a lot of action since then, other than hearing them shooting in there sometimes. And that's been, mostly like on a weekend or something. I don't think they're out there most of the time.
Do y'all ever shoot? You ever?
Yeah, we do.
Oh,
Not too much since ammo got so dang expensive.
Yeah.
And it was getting hard to find for a little while. We don't shoot as much as we used to.
Okay.
But we do.
All right. Good. Because I got some bird shot and everything. I just like to maybe on that last day, just let some,
go for it.
fly.
Yeah, no problem.
That way, we'll also be leaving a message too that
Right.
And
yeah, nobody around here would have any problem with that. And the people across the creek, they're just barely at the clearing stage too, so there's nobody out there.
Okay, good. But I mean, while we're tracking everything, we're not going to cause a disturbance or things like that. We're going to be stealthy, moving, as slow as we can, to be patient and not miss anything. Like, because these pictures, we would definitely spot these guys, now, we'd be like, okay, and that's when you say, hey, let me get a picture of you. You're like, all right, what do you want me? Like, except for that, they're like, okay. And they don't understand us, but, and that's also whenever we got to put that blockage up, So we've got to, already we know that whenever we see them put the blockage up, bodies move to where you direct.
Right.
We're already there, so we already know we're gonna block them out. Wherever you point, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
And so that way we can keep that blockage up and not get,
Okay.
And then once we take a picture, we'll just move on to the next one. Just keep, we don't want to disturb them because we're just documenting right now.
Right. Yeah, I don't want to get them riled up and then y'all leave.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
There's people who have done that before, and then the homeowners have had major problems after that. So
yeah,
we just want to locate them so that you know exactly where, how many there are. I mean, just this picture alone, I'd probably say there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 6, I would say. But I'm going to blow this picture up too because that just looks like a big guy in the back, and but I can't blow it up from here. But it looks like I can only see his right eye right in between where it goes up like this, where it goes up.
Like in that V?
It's like that top V, the top.
Yeah.
The top. But his eye is like right in the corner between that, where that beach and that little one's going up, the little branch. It's going across.
Right
there where that birch is. that dark spot. I mean, he's just dark black, kind of like,
Yeah.
but it looks like his right eye in the out because his shoulders, you can kind of see it too on his right side. But I also see the other ones that are in front of him to help cloak him. But there's at least 6 right there,
It's
and I know
crazy to
there's
me.
yeah, and you can actually see his shoulders, um, and how there's more than one because there's not like his. You're not seeing his legs. You're seeing another one in front of him. So you're not seeing the legs. You know what I mean? That's
Uh-huh.
cloaked too. Normally we would see that. Then that would stand out: the legs, the body, the shoulders. You know, that's what we look for. So I was falling down. I said, "Well, you can't see his legs. That means there's another one that's in front of him, and the bottom cloaking too." So I mean, so that makes 7, 8 looks like all in one spot.
And you know that one picture, that other one I have, I sent to you when we very first started talking. It's just one single one. He looks kind of like Groot out there, and I asked you, was that a Bigfoot? And you know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah, I said, yeah, that's a big one. I said, yeah, say
That one also looks like there's one standing up over his left shoulder,
it. Yeah,
like there's another face of another one in there.
yeah, you'll see them. I mean, you've seen all these, and that's why I was like, just keep going. You're like, that one, that one, that one. Like, yeah, there they are. And that's how people don't know. If people don't know that, they don't see that, and they're not looking for a Bigfoot anyway because they don't believe in
Right.
one, or they're not. They don't think it's right there. But people who go hunting all the time will walk right past them. They'll walk right past the corral. They'll walk right past a pulled down cedar brush and not think anything. You know.
The first time I ever saw the weird arches, and I thought of them as shoots or something, is what it looked like to me, was in Sam Houston National Forest. I was sick of walking up and down this road, and it was before I really got to exploring all these back in here. And um, I didn't stay there. It was just a single trailhead, and I didn't stay in there more than an hour because I was so eked out. But I could see what looked like the chutes and the things like that. It just looked so unnatural. And the worst part was having to go to the bathroom, and like I'm almost 60. I gotta go, I gotta go. And but just trying to find a spot that, oh man, I just felt so watched in that spot. That was just awful. I considered just wetting my
Oh,
pants and going on, but I put
yeah.
my back up against a tree and I was just so uncomfortable. And then after that I left out of there. But that stuck in my mind. That was about 2 years ago. And it just stuck in my mind how weird that was. And I always wanted to add, or get somebody to go back and look at it with me. It's quite a ways from here. But I never dreamed we had so many of them right here on our own land,
Yeah.
you know. So once I had seen them and then started researching online and then going out here, I was like, well, I got a fun park out here for them. They're everywhere. So I'm done. You talk.
Oh no, I was reading. A young man came in. His name is Daryl Green. Hello, Daryl. Hello, Angel. About time, Angel. But Daryl says, "Forgive me if you already covered this, but many of the pics I see appear to have a small head or a creature on top of the Bigfoot head. Do you know what I'm talking about?"
Yeah, kind of like it's not Kirk Stokes, is it? There's one more guy that he's got a picture of a dog man, and it looks like almost like a little alien head sitting up on its shoulder. You talking about that kind of thing, Daryl?
I think Daryl's talking about the picture. He's let me pull that. He's talking about this.
Hmm. Yeah, we're talking about the different heads and things like that within it. That's what he's saying. They're how they're
Yeah,
layered up. They pile up on each other to camouflage, so you can't get just one silhouette of a humanoid type thing that you would recognize. If they're all intermingled and intertwined, it's a type of camouflage, which makes sense. They're pretty dang smart.
Daryl says not necessarily that one, Jerry, but yes. Yeah, they will. People just don't understand that these predators. This is not their first go around. They're trained by the very best of the Bigfoots. They're trained by the very best skilled killers to be a good skilled killer to eat food and survive, or to. So I don't, when people talk about Harry and Henderson's, like, sometimes I'm like, no, don't think like that if you're gonna go out there. I mean, because uh, these things, this picture here, these things are out there. And if you don't know what to look for, you will walk right into a trap. And that's what I tell people all the time, who act like they know it all and everything. And I see them do something, I'm like, you're gonna walk right into a trap. I think you gotta listen. They're out there. I mean, these traps are out there. You gotta know what they look like. Know who's setting them. Know why they're set. Look for the male or the female, like the buck and the doe. Look for those, because if you only see yearlings, the buck and the doe have already been taken out. So the young yearlings don't know where to go or what to do. So they're just farm raised deer.
Right.
Tanya says there is a face on the bottom right. Creepy. Yes, you are correct, Tanya. And I'm glad you can see that, Tanya. I'm glad people can see this, because there are people who have been called crazy. There has been people who um, had other people, or they felt themselves like they're crazy for seeing. Like, it wasn't, and they would say, just like this picture, they would say, well, it didn't really have a full body of a,
Right.
you know, and that's what they would see. And then to try to describe that to someone who knows nothing about this, um,
They try to put you on medication.
yeah, yeah. Or like the young woman that was waiting to get an update from Damon,
Right.
they put her in observation.
Right.
And that's not a city police department protocol, kind of thing.
Right.
And Tanya says, crappy, there is several faces around the big teeth guy. Hey, good, all right. I see face walker answer. Yes, there is. And those are the things we got to look for. I mean, though, and what caught more my attention was that glimmer, that the blur is what caught my attention. And I was looking, I said, there's more than, I blew it up. I said, oh, okay, I see you guys. And I was like, man, there's just a whole cluster of them in there. And so that's why I was waiting to let you, tell me, because I know you can see. And I was like, all right.
I just have to get to where I can see out there with my own eyeballs, you know.
Well, now you kind of know what to look for.
Yeah.
Don't look for the normal stuff. Look for
Right.
that blur, that glitter, that, the movement, because they'll breathe. Look for, like, if that blur doesn't move with the trees behind it, or if it's
Right.
not blowing in the wind too, or that shadow, if that shadow moves. And
Right.
sometimes you'll see shadows move into another shadow. That's just them trying to get out of being the giveaway.
Right.
Yeah.
And then one thing that I was surprised to learn is that they can just sit perfectly still for just, even hours without moving. And I don't think people realize how many stories of people thinking that they were looking at a stump and then it stands up
Yeah,
because they're so perfectly still, capable of that.
yeah, yeah. That's a predator. They'll wait there, wait there, wait there. And the other thing was like campers and hikers and like that young woman who got left, out there by herself while they ran to pay whatever.
Uh huh.
Um, it's gee, they always watch. They're always out there. They're always looking for food. And when people like leave their campsite or something, that just gives those Bigfoots time to go and set up perfectly. They know which way you're going to come in.
Right.
That's the way you left. They know if you got kids or if you're going to tent, picnic, things like that. There's so many people that they have those stories of, or whenever they park their car away from, in the distance, away from their campsite, like down the trail, I guess you would say. Those Bigfoots will wait by that vehicle. They know you're coming back. Um, the where you're at, they know when you're coming back, or they know the route you're going to take.
Oh
They
yeah.
sit there and they study and study. They know if you be coming out on weekends, they know that you would be coming out on weekends. They kind of know
Right.
what you're going to look for, where you're going to go. So we're going to use all that. We're going to use that familiarity to capture. We should. This is a form of capturing them. Getting them on photos. I mean,
Right.
you've already captured them. So I don't know why people don't pay that $3 million reward to you. I mean, we got some on film too, but you got these guys. They're just like right there. But I'm glad you got these pictures. It was like,
But there's so many people that still would look at that and just say it's just pareidoia, but it's not. Because I go by other things too, like what does it feel like out there, and does it get quiet out there, and are you finding tracks and tree breaks and twists and structures, and it can't always be pareidoia. That's just foolishness.
yeah. It is, and that's why we have a lot of missing people because they don't share this information. Even if you don't believe it, I would be saying start at the beginning of these streams and everything, or start at that story, that recap, and and just listen to it, But but I don't see David tonight, and I was hoping him and Malcolm would be on, but I don't see him yet.
Have you heard from Malcolm at all?
Not really. Just that we were talking about the discovery. Well, I guess we talk every now and then. Today we talked about the Discovery Channel being in the area, and he said that was a good thing. Especially if we do get to go, that would be awesome.
And when is that?
I really don't even
You don't
know.
know yet? Okay.
But at least we would all be able to go out there and show them the tracks. Maybe if they got time, we could locate. And show them what to look for. Teach them kind of real quick, like I guess you say. But basically, we'd probably just tell them, just be quiet and keep filming.
Right.
Wherever we point, film there.
Right.
But that's all that I can think of tonight because I wanted to talk about that picture and make sure you seen what I seen and you did, and I was like, that's awesome because when we're out there, that's what we look for. That's an oddity, that's that's the things we have to look for. That's the things that, we can't let things like that get past us.
And I've been trying to practice with the looking through the
Yeah,
eye like that, and
yeah, yeah.
I found my rock that my friend that passed away a while back. It's got the little hole in it, and I
Uh-huh.
wondered if that would work the same kind of way, right? Would it?
Yeah, yeah, that would work same kind of way, but just make sure you say the words,
See it.
see it. Yeah.
I've been practicing with that. He gave me this stone like years and years ago, and it's been lost for a long time, but it meant a whole lot to me, and I just found it this past weekend. So I'm like, all right, that's perfect, perfect
It
timing.
is. It is. Everything is perfect timing. Everything that we need will be right there. It'll go perfect as long as we keep our energy flowing. As good positive energy. You know,
Yeah.
that's it. And but I mean, we've got a lot to cover too, and especially whenever we get down to that Texas area that we need to go over more and more. Katie says, "Are you guys ignoring me?" No. Hi, Katie.
Katie, on the screen, it doesn't show up. We have to have two different things going to be able to see the comments.
Yeah. But hi, Katie. How you doing? Glad you're here. Um, we were about to close. uh, Not because you showed up, Katie. No, I'm
Jerry, Jerry,
joking.
have you heard on the news about the young lady and her boyfriend that started traveling around the national parks, and now she's disappeared, and he came home to Florida. He showed up back at home, and they're saying he's not being cooperative. They can't find her anywhere, and all they did was go from national park to national park. I can't remember. I'm sure some of the people in here have heard this story because it's a big news story right now. The first thing I thought of was, I wonder if they ran into something out there, and like, what would he say? Nobody would believe him. Or would they call that uncooperative if he's trying to say that's what happened? Or, I don't know. It's a weird story though.
Hmm. Well, but still, if we could get in contact with people, you know, let them know, But I wouldn't even. I don't watch news because
Yeah, I
I
wouldn't know
don't
how to get
even.
a hold of him either.
Yeah, but maybe we can keep up with that story. I'm
Yeah,
sure. Um, and then we'll know his name later. We'll know where he lives because it'll come out later. I mean, right now it's where
yeah,
he is.
yeah.
Um,
Because it seemed like they were really getting along. They were YouTubers, and they were videotaping and uploading and things. They just seemed like a happy little couple. And then just suddenly he comes home without her. It just didn't, I don't know. Could turn out he did it, but it did cross my mind just because they were in a national park where all the people are going disappearing.
yeah, yeah. Do you know what national park that was, or I mean, where she
It was,
lies?
it was, man, I can't say for sure, but it was somewhere up north, maybe Yellowstone. Uh,
Oh,
I'd have to look it
okay,
up. I don't get the news either, but like a Facebook story popped up, and
okay,
I'll
okay,
keep my eye out. I'll send you a link if I see one.
okay. Yeah, I would like to see the details as far as what they would share so far. In a way.
Yeah,
Mm.
not much so far. Just the parents are upset that he's not talking, but um, I don't know. I don't know. Just because of the location made me think of that. Wonder about that.
Yeah, and that's everything we look at too. I'm glad you're doing it. I mean, because we know that's the only thing we know, and these things do happen. So, but it's the people who don't get this information.
Right,
Those guys who are going national parks and national parks, if they knew all this stuff, they wouldn't know what to look for, or that
right,
they wouldn't have done that really.
right.
Mm. Let's see. Katie says she is mostly ready to leave the AM. Sorry, the AM. I am. Or
I think she's saying I am mostly ready to leave.
oh, okay. I'm like, let me read that. I think she's saying ignore me. Oh, ignore. Okay, Katie. But we will be seeing you very soon, Katie. Um, and once we get to our location, we all will get together and hopefully we'll have a few guests to tell us about the locations, the experiences. Um, Faith Walker will give us a rundown and then we will go over mapping, strategies, what we're going to do, things like that. So, uh, Katie says she can't shut up. Uh-oh, Katie, you got to. When we're in the field, you got to be really quiet.
Oh yeah.
I remember
We have to do all the talking at the hotel.
I was hunting one time and a friend come up while I was stealthily going through things. I finally got a spot and a friend come up and said, "What are you doing? What, did you find anything?" I'm going, "No, no, sure
Oh
haven't."
no.
They said, "What do you want to do?" I'm like, "Go back to the
I already blew it. I
car."
know I would love for my sister, like if I get to take the tracking course in the winter or spring when you do them,
Yeah,
I would love for her to join. But the more I
yeah.
think about it, I don't think she could stand not to talk. I
Well,
just
it's
don't.
a lot of retraining. It's a lot of
Yeah,
retraining. I mean, she would understand if, I mean, she'll understand because what you know and see these things, like, you know, what you'll have as proof, I guess, for
yeah,
her. And I think she'll understand that she needs to be stealthy. She needs to learn everything
right,
about how to maneuver if she's going to do things like that.
right.
Uh, Katie says, ignore her. Now she's saying, Jerry with question mark. uh, but yeah, that tracker course is coming up. I hope we get a lot of, you know, people who have at least some knowledge or watches this channel so that they know that, you know, it's not a summer camp. You know, it's not going to be, we're going to pick up, we're going to be moving camps. I mean, everything's going to be done safely. It's all for training. And, but, you know, we will, there are a lot of, you know, other creatures and Bigfoots in a lot of areas. So, but we will be able to spot them. We will know, and we will do everything safely so everybody's okay. Uh, but we do. It's a lot of teaching. Like there, we would be teaching, you know, martial arts, multiple, you know, tactical, you know, quick fire, um, how to take someone down real fast, how to carry somebody out. Uh, you know, just some things we're gonna just exhaust people, and plus you'll have some days where you just sit there and only watch a track change in discoloration, and you're gonna map that down, and you're gonna all the way through. We're gonna come back and check that track the next day, day after that. What's it look like the next day? What's it look like? Did something already step on it? So, you know, we got a lot of things in those tracking courses that we can't share here, but we are giving you the verbal knowledge. But when we're out there, it's hands on.
Right.
We teach also boxing, all that. So you, we want you to be able to take something down if you have to take it down, or defend yourself if attacked. So, and we only teach the things that work. We don't start you off with, you know, things a lot of boxers and martial arts start off with. We teach you what works now. You know,
Right.
yeah, we perfect it. You know, we don't teach you 1,000 things. We teach you 5 things.
I hear that.
Yes, Katie. Boxing. Katie also says, I might have an old lady issue with that stuff. Uh oh. I don't know what that meant. Oh, the boxing. That would be no. You can still throw punches. We'll show you how to throw them and where to throw them. Because some people they just throw what they call haymakers. They're just trying to hit stuff, but we teach you where to hit. Um, yes, you can, Katie. I can teach you how to box real fast. No problem. I was very good. I was never beat in the military when I was boxing. Um, and I used to teach other military people how to box. So you're in good hands, Katie. So
No saying
yeah,
you can't to anything yet, Katie.
yeah, yeah. Don't use that word, especially where we're going. But I think we're gonna close for the night. And I'm like tomorrow. I want to go over that picture of
The
the
portal?
portal. The
Okay.
portal. Yeah, I'll load all three of those pictures to show that
Okay.
over and over and how it happened.
Okay.
But we need to know everything about that too, locations, what directions, what was around there, just everything. But we'll cover all that tomorrow also.
Okay.
Now, um, Katie says her son, or yeah, son is Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. Hey, that's pretty good. They got a lot of holds, but I'm only going to show you about three of them. I want you to only know the three that I know will work. Okay, Katie, and everybody, I had a great night. Uh, Faith Walker, thank you for coming on again and being here
Thank you.
again.
Thank you.
And tomorrow we're going to be doing this again. We got to go over all this before we get out there. And the listeners and the viewers, I want to thank y'all for being here also because this is important information. And even though it seems like we're talking strategies, we're talking what we're going to do, but we're still going to have a good time with this. This is like a meeting for us, and it is great that to have people watch. What we look at, what we look for, how we're going to do things. Like when we get there, we're going to get a detailed, description of everything. And we're going to be viewing, live streaming with things like that for you. So that if you ever have to go out in the woods, you know what to do, what to look for. You're not blindsided like these creatures here, how they will bunch up so you don't get that full human body, humanoid
Right.
look and all that. And I want to thank you, Faith Walker, for getting these photos. You got some amazing photos.
Thank you.
And these photos should go into the museum with Tanya Cordick and
I think
Talia.
Tanya's gone.
Oh
I think she
no,
just left.
and I just plugged for her. But I'll do it again. The museum that's going to open up in Talia, Oklahoma, before October the 1st, is called Chute, Chuhtay, Chute Ranch Project, a Bigfoot Experience. Make sure I'm sure they're going to have a webpage up in Facebook, subscribe, put
Yeah.
likes on that, and you'll see this group, this team, you'll see pictures of where we've been and everything in there. And everybody will have their own display because everyone has their own things in that area. But you'll see us also as a team. You'll see a lot of sharing of all these pictures with you. Sorry, and how we did things to attain everything safely. So everyone, please have a great night.
You too.
Tomorrow night, thank you, Kate, Faith Walker. And tomorrow night at 9:30 sharp ish, we will be back. I had a great time. I always like sharing all this information and learning a lot, especially about the terrains and everything. So I will see everyone tomorrow night at 9:30 p.m. Everybody have a great night. I do too.
Bye bye.
Bye.